Balance Seeker, Chris Farfan, and Lucky the Special Dog here to show off my tattoo that inspired me, my dharma, to write this book for you. Have you ever felt that knowing inside that something is off? Not just a craving for a better diet or the latest biohack, but for a fundamentally different approach to being alive. A way of existing in your body that doesn't feel like constant struggle. It's a whole new paradigm. It's a path to healing that actually makes sense, getting out of your own way. If you're watching this, you've probably felt it. You've probably pushed through, stayed strong, checked all the boxes, right? But you're still not healed. But you've held it together when everything inside felt like it was falling apart. I know I did. Perhaps others around you praised your resilience. You're the strong one. But something deeper in you has remained on high alert. Braced, disconnected, running on empty, not clear. Perhaps, like so many of us, you've begun to wonder if true, sustainable, whole body healing is even something that is meant for you. Maybe it's just meant for other people. But I want you to understand this. That persistent ache, the bone deep fatigue, that anxiety that won't quit, it won't relent, the pain that moves all around your body, the feeling of being disconnected from yourself. What is going on? Why is this happening? These aren't signs of failure. They're not proof that something is terribly wrong or fundamentally damaged. Absolutely not. It's just information, those sensations. It's your body's sophisticated communication system. And guess what? It is doing exactly what it was designed to do. Get your attention before small problems become big problems. The truth is, your body has been trying to guide you all along. We just forgot how to listen. That's the truth, ain't it? Since 1991, my work as a physical therapist has granted me so many blessings, but also a front row seat to the human experience, the pain and suffering. People come raw, vulnerable, but courageous. I've sat across from people whose pain showed up like an unwanted shadow. The house guests that wouldn't leave, right? Always there lurking and misunderstood. Who else can get your pain? They'd come into the Stanford pain clinic where I was director, carrying it all. The physical symptoms, yeah, but also the fear, the fatigue, and the emotional weight of not being understood or received. No compassion. They'd already done the rounds. Primary care, specialists, imaging, lab results. They come in clutching folders filled with prescriptions, test results, MRI results, doctor referrals with cryptic instructions. But what they rarely received were the things that truly transform lives: education, prevention, and simple, accessible tools for self-restoration. No one was teaching them how to understand their body signals. They're just making lists of it hurts here at 4 o'clock, here at 10 o'clock. No one explained that a racing heart, tight jaw, stiff low back weren't just physical inconveniences. These are signs, people. They are intelligent, biological, deliberate messages from your system. Your system is begging for regulation, safety, and care, for heaven's sake. It breaks my heart. I could see the brilliance behind the breakdown of the bodies. Because you know what? The body wasn't betraying them. It was doing exactly what it was designed to do, right? Protect, adapt, survive. It's brilliant. But guess what? Somewhere along the way, We were taught to silence the signals, ignore them, power through, get your crap done. We see pain as the enemy and want to eradicate it. And we don't heed the body's wisdom until it screams. So after the medication fails short or the scans return a frustratingly normal, leaving you wondering what the heck is up, the response was universally the same from the physicians that they saw. A sympathetic shrug, a patronizing head tilt, and then the crushing pronouncement, "You'll just have to live with it. It might heal." That sentence lights a fire in me. It's so hard to deal with, it even ties my tongue. The burning question has led me from managing high volume clinics, multiple, being director at the Stanford Pain Clinic, and then finally, in 2007, I established my own practice so I could take care of people in the whole health way, have the quiet for them to learn how to listen. Dr. Deepak Chopra and his awesome team of Ayurvedic practitioners became my teachers in 2020. Ayurveda is a holistic approach to whole care. Yep, it's rooted in ancient traditions from the East. So, as a science-rooted clinician, I definitely began as the ultimate skeptic. I don't believe nothing just because you said it. But let me tell you what changed everything. As I learned about Ayurveda and the principles of Eastern medicine, it really wasn't mystical at all. Consciousness, energy, intention, they were the very truths I'd witnessed healing my own patients for many years, decades. So I began to research. My research into integrated medicine and Ayurveda gave me a profound new perspective. I learned things and was able to put it on top of my medical background. I began to see the entire biosphere, the intricate ecosystems within and without, and the connection, recognizing the same cycles throughout nature, our bodies, and the universe at whole, right? The ocean, the space, the realization that we are energetic beings having a human experience rather than the other way around. Mind blown, right? It's surprising. It's not tangible. It's revolutionary how I practice, but now I understand healing itself better. Science and spirit aren't opposites. They're two facets of the same coin. It's the same fundamental reality. It's not different. It's just different verbiage. So welcome, balance seekers, to the Discover Balance Revolution, a transformative path rooted in cutting-edge scientific understanding, because I'm all about the research, elevated by timeless wisdom of the ancient sages, and delivered with a profound reverence for your body's incredible intelligence. I want you to appreciate this and to understand that this isn't a wellness trend. This is a fundamental paradigm shift within yourself and within your community, because that's part of it. I chose to refer to you as balance seekers because you know what? This journey is for everybody. People were asking me, who's your audience? And I kept saying, everyone. But no matter your background, beliefs, or past experiences, we are all seeking to return to a state of equilibrium, to find that perfect balance at any one moment. Just as physical therapy offers a buffet of healing modalities, I always say, and we try and see what works. We do dynamic reassessment. We customize precise solutions just for you, and you'll be able to do this. This is treatments and practices used with intention. This is your personal healing guide to enhance and facilitate healing, to help you get out of your own way, because your body knows how to do it, yo. There's no miracles here, seriously, just science in action. This book is your game changer if you're ready to feel safe and grounded in your body again. Not someday, but right now. Not like, oh my God, what does that symptom mean? Oh, it's getting worse. every time you feel a sensation. You're ready to move beyond playing whack-a-mole with symptoms and address the true root cause of many problems. The deal is that practically all of us have a dysregulated nervous system, which prevents us from healing. But now you're ready to understand that posture, pain, trauma, movement, and breath are interconnected elements of one unified healing map. It all is important and it all connects. You've no doubt explored countless approaches, but you've sensed something vital was missing. You know what I mean? You're doing all the right stuff, but yet you still feel crappy. We're talking about a method that celebrates your body's intelligence. You're hungry for empowerment over dependence, clarity over confusion, and genuine transformation over mere coping. You know what I mean? I see you. I see how hard you've worked to hold it together, to function, to look okay, to be okay, to convince yourself you're okay. I hear people all the time blaming themselves when nothing worked. Oh, I did this, so that's why I'm sore. You probably feel like you should be better, right? After all the stuff you've done. But let me tell you something. Do you really see your true self? Mm-hmm. Do you hear that the loudest voice in your head is not correct? It's not the roles you play or the version of yourself that shows up for everyone else that we're talking about. We're talking about your true self. Before it all, beneath the stress, beneath the patterns, beneath all the pushing, beneath the habits. If we spend time in stillness, that quiet voice whispering, there has to be a better way. It's not wrong. It's wise. And it has been patiently waiting for you to listen. At some point, we stop trusting intelligence of our bodies. We've been told ignore it all the time. Sorry, you don't feel good. Get the job done, right? We outsource healing to experts, protocols, medicines. We begin treating symptoms like our enemies and bothers instead of our body's last effort resort to get our freaking attention to take action. But guess what? Your body's on your side. For real. It's been fighting you and for you since the beginning. But here's the thing. None of us were taught how to understand this big system. The nervous system is the command center, truly. The silent conductor behind your energy, your pain, your digestion, your immune system, your hormones. It is the master board to switch on and off those things. It sets the tone for your experience in the world, how safe you feel, how deeply you rest. These are the factors that determine how you heal. There's a worldwide epidemic of nervous system dysregulation and a prevalent and worsening factor. It's essentially the cause of all imbalances and dysfunction and dis/ease, lack of ease. Think of the frantic overproduction of cancer cells. It's getting emergency goals and eating itself. And how about the cells committing mutiny in autoimmune disease? It's in a state of constant threat and it doesn't know what it's fighting. When it's regulated in the healing zone, you feel calm, connected, clear. But when it's dysregulated, caught in the red zone, you're exhausted, wired, foggy, inflamed. Let me tell you what happens in the red zone. It's not pretty. That's when you turn into fight or flight. It makes healing impossibly hard. The healing things don't work. You lose access to the brilliant problem-solving part of your brain. I happen to be a super fan of Mel Robbins. She's the bomb. She has the rare superpower of distilling complex neuroscience and wisdom into words that anyone can grasp. She transforms it into usable strategies that actually work. And that is what I hope to do. In her book, Let Them, she explores this phenomenon so beautifully. I just read it. She describes how stress doesn't just feel overwhelming. It's not just a bummer because you feel crappy, but guess what? It fundamentally changes what part of your brain is running the show. When you are in chronic stress or survival mode, your brain shifts. It puts control away from this prefrontal logical cortex that can pause and plan, the sophisticated command center responsible for rational thinking. It's responsible for your creativity, your emotional regulation, and frankly, all your wise decision making. But instead, your primitive brain, the amygdala down here, those structures take over. It just is like a switch. It's designed solely for one purpose: keeping you alive in the face of immediate danger. Survival. As Harvard neuroscientist Dr. Jill Bolt Taylor explains, she talks about this shift happens in seconds. And guess what? Suddenly, you go from regular to operating from a place of pure panic and reaction without even thinking, rather than a paused, conscious response. This makes everything feel harder. When you're stressed, it's not a character flaw or a lack of willpower or a bad personality. You have literally lost access to the clarity, perspective, and creative problem-solving abilities. It's true. When you can't access your frontal cortex, you can't think your way out because the thinking part, it's not fully online. And thinking is not your true self. That is exactly what we're doing here. In Discover Balance, Heal for Real, we have a lot of hot tips. Like Mel, I'm passionate about taking facts and science and truths that we're all beginning to realize about our nervous system, our bodies, our innate healing capacity, epigenetics, and we can translate these concepts into a practical, actionable, daily strategies you can use right now, today. I'm not even exaggerating. Everyone's awakening to the realities that meditation and mindfulness is helpful. It expands how you regulate your nervous system and rewire to get yourself back into the healing zone and get out of your own way and show up for yourself. That parasympathetic state where your body can finally rest, repair, and restore itself, it's right there for you. Always available underneath the noise. Learning to manage that internal environment is the way to restoring that access of unlimited healing. When you consciously become aware that you're in the red zone and you shift yourself out into the healing zone by a number of ways we're going to talk about, just merely calming down, you are allowing your incredible system to adapt, repair, detox, and find function with ease and not dis-ease, right? This is how you prevent disease from escalating to the point of full systemic failure or a need for a replacement of a body part. Your body is speaking. The art of listening to the whispers, Balance Seeker, before they become screams is so valuable. But it's not too late. It's time to update your software. No worries. It's not just mental. It's a whole biological thing. You've read all those books on habits, and your nervous system is in constant dialogue with your endocrine system. That is the incredible glands that send chemical messages throughout your body in response to what's happening. How does it know what's happening? It's listening to your thoughts. All of your cells are listening to your stress, your breath, your posture, the pull on your myofascial tissue. It's telling the body, is it safe? This internal conversation is real-time programming. But this is the thing, you're not locked into your family history or a family situation everyone having this disease and you assume you inherited it. It's not true. Through the emerging science of epigenetics, we now know that your thoughts, your environment, the way you move your body, and the mindset you proceed into your life with all influence how your genes express themselves and change. You literally can turn on healing pathways and turn down inflammation, one conscious choice at a time. It's not a one and done situation. This is not self-help fluff. This is biology. No joke. This will revolutionize your perspective. Countless patients and clients over many decades have all shared the same powerful revelation with me. Once they get it and do it and feel better, they say, I wish I learned this years ago. They say with their eyes bright with newfound possibility as they feel better. Why did no one teach us these basic truths in primary school, for heaven's sakes? Why did I never know that my thoughts literally reshape my biology? That my posture programs my confidence? You know, you feel better when you're upright, right? The breath controls my anxiety. You know that. Why didn't anyone tell me I had this much power over my physiology? This convergence of science and ancient wisdom has transformed me, and it's unveiled a profound biological truth that's been criminally overlooked in conventional education and medicine. Your body's operational state is governed by a simple but powerful truth, and it can't be denied. You're either in the red zone, chronic sympathetic overdrive, that's your survival mode, or the parasympathetic system, and then you're in the healing zone where your body can do rest, repair, detox. Your body, just like nature, works in cyclical rhythms, expanding and expending energy, and then rejuvenating and restoring. But it can only do that in the quiet when you slow down. The nervous system and the endocrine system are translating your thoughts. All your cells are eavesdropping. So they're interpreting your thoughts and perceptions and translating them into chemical commands and hormonal activity in real time, every moment. Let me give you an example that might feel a little far-fetched, but imagine a person got bit by a rattlesnake one time. So every time they see in their mind's eye a coiled rope without really looking at it, they might feel fear, cognizant of emotions and the transformation of energy through chemical signals and neurological signals, and they might not even know what triggered that or that that's the case. But this narrative powerfully shapes your body's hormonal landscape, right? We've heard of the cortisol. It dictates the moment-to-moment function and long-term trajectory of your health. But the important thing to note is that you possess the innate capacity to consciously influence at every moment which mode governs your inner environment and your inner world and your healing capacity. This is the groundbreaking science of epigenetics. Why would you not activate the genes with your thoughts that help with profound healing? And why would you turn on those that perpetuate inflammation and worsening of dis-ease? Envision every choice you make, every single thought, every movement as programming your internal operating system. You have this. You just have to be aware. Your body is a miracle of continuous dynamic referral. Your skin regenerates in under a month. Your gut lining rebuilds in mere days. And truly, your entire skeleton replaces itself. Bone's amazing. It grows so fast. Every decade, we make that much bone, especially if you're doing resisted exercise. Rejuvenation isn't a rare achievement. It's your fundamental biological baseline. And here's the compassionate truth that was amazing to me, and it really set me free. We forgive our less conscious past selves without judgment. Gosh, why did I do all that stuff? Why did I drink so much? Why did I never exercise? But you couldn't have known what you were taught. I bet you did the best you could with the tools you had. But now you know, balance seeker. Yeah, come along with me and we'll talk about how to take care of yourself for real. And guess what? Once you know it and are aware of it, you can't unknow it. Achieving true balance doesn't have to be complicated. I've broken it down into 4 Discover Balance resets. Now, these are not just physical therapy techniques or healing interventions. These are daily invitations to return to your center of power. Check yourself. Put yourself back into the healing zone. Doing a skeletal stack reset, which I'm doing right here. Doing a myofascial release. And then a trust it and make it happen reset. I'm going to show you all these things because your body is in continuous intelligent dialogue with you. If you listen, you'll hear that it speaks in whispers long before it needs to scream and you need to get something replaced or medicine or who knows what. That hollow sensation in your stomach, pay attention. These are brilliant, high fidelity signals from your inner guidance system. The truth is, modern life is really fast and it hijacks our biology, creating chronic activation, too much input, too much multitasking. Your ancient system doesn't distinguish between a charging T-Rex or saber-toothed predator and a constantly buzzing smartphone and notifications. It perceives both as immediate threats because you've been wired that way. This is the red zone. It's the chronic survival mode where healing can't happen. It's busy dealing with an emergency. This is where the check yourself, respect yourself, and heal yourself reset is your very powerful pathway out of the red zone. And we're going to get more detailed about this as we go, because through this lens, enriched by ancient Ayurvedic wisdom, you learn to ask not, what's wrong with me? Make it go away. But it becomes a different situation. You pause, you feel it. What's my body asking for right now? A lot of chronic tension and inflammation originate from subtle misalignments within the body. Could be our skeletal structure, could be that pull on our soft tissue. The skeletal stack, it resets and sends a powerful message to your entire system. It tells it, we're supported, we have a good foundation, it's safe to let go, it's safe to release, it's safe to find ease and balance yourself on top of your awesome skeleton. We transform these fundamental daily actions into potent opportunities for healing every minute. When you sit, you learn to feel the sit bones as a stable foundation, spreading the legs a little bit, helps you tilt your pelvis forward and stack your spine. When you consciously connect your feet to the earth when you stand, that is your foundation. We work from the bottom up. And that's where your skeletal integrity comes from. And you can finally release the chronic tension of the toggle back and forth because your Legos aren't kerplunked in place. And then there's your fascia. Have you heard of that? It's an intelligent network of connective tissue embracing every muscle, organ, and bone, like vacuum packed in saran wrap, like a 3-dimensional onesie. Research reveals it as a very sensitive, neurological rich area with more than 250 million nerve endings, not even exaggerating. This also is a feedback for whole body communication, where you are in space, what's happening, the tension. And this is where your body stores and remembers your experiences. And it holds your experiences to emotional stress. That's where the myofascial let it go reset comes in. We can give focused attention to communicate directly with the myofascial tissues all throughout the body. And I'm going to show you them all. It's so awesome how it works. We'll gently release both physical and emotional stagnation when we release these points. There's the trust yourself and make it happen reset, is where intention and conscious living comes in. And we need to talk more about that. We can transform healing from a periodic task into a conscious lifestyle, because it's not a one and done thing. It's not a pill. It's kind of tricky to remember all the time. It's shifting the story from what's wrong with me, what happened, who do I blame, what do I blame, to how do I choose to support myself with compassion, rest. How do I get from the red zone to the healing zone? Nothing good is happening when we're in the red zone. Your response is not only to external happenings and situations, but knowing your internal environment transforms every decision into a choice for powerful medicine. Man, this thought that's in the front of my mind, does that soothe or spike my nervous system? Does it create a flow of energy or stagnation? This is about learning to be in touch with your intuition, honoring the truth and wisdom, and then taking aligned action. Yeah. Let me be absolutely clear, magnificent balance seeker. You are magnificent, truly. The truth is, you've been entrusted with an incredibly sophisticated avatar vehicle, truly a marvel of biological engineering. It's amazing. It's capable of extraordinary performance and healing. Truly. It's an incredible machine, and the roadmap to unleashing its true power lies within you. And it's just understanding, like anything that you have to operate or learn to use, how to work with and harmonize with the field of epigenetics. These tools are powerful, but this is the deal. Understanding them and knowing it isn't enough. No, it's not our cognition that helps. It's our consciousness. Stop waiting for someone to fix what's broken. Stop waiting for the doctor to do something to you. You're an architect of your own healing environment. When I first started taking the Chopra coaching, my coach said, why don't you text me after your second meditation each day? Because I told her that that's what really helped me. I was really honored that she was willing to be available for me. And at the end of the week, I was gushing, thank you, thank you, thank you. I feel so important. I feel so loved. And her response was truthful. She's like, sure, no problem. Now maybe you can show up for yourself. Record scratch. But then I paused and I thought about that. And I thought how silly that, what if we nurtured ourselves as tenderly and constantly as we do those we love the most? I know you don't. What if we recognize that showing up for ourselves, as well as we show up for everyone we love, is not optional? Bring your best self. Your well-being is not a luxury. It's a right. Your nervous system isn't broken or flawed. It's simply been operating on outdated programming designed for survival in a world that no longer exists. Truthfully, there's no saber-toothed tigers. But here's the magnificent truth. You can update your system to be relevant and modern. You can rewire by response and response and response. Each time you catch yourself and bring your nervous system back to balance, that truly supports the meaningful and extraordinary life that you are here to create. We're just here for the ride, people, to remember the tools you never know you needed have been waiting for you. Here in Discover Balance, Heal for Real. Your body's been waiting for you. Your most radiant life has been waiting for you. You know what? It's time. Do you feel it? The time is now. Can't wait to share all this wonderful information and just absorb this book bit by bit. It's a lot. You can listen to the videos if it's too much to read, or do whatever you want. Access the information you find helpful. It's here for you. Peace, balance seekers. Thank you so much for joining me. Can't wait to continue.